Hello and welcome back to Gluten-free with Rob. Today we are looking at brownies. Specifically these brownies, Mrs. Crimble's big Belgian Choc brownies. 4 in that packet. Didn't know these existed until the other week when I found them in a garden centre. I think on the very first video on this channel I rated the Mrs. Crimble's Bakewell slices #1 in my rating of different sweet treats and things like that. So I'm looking forward to giving these a go to see how these compare to those Bakewell slices. Like I said, I didn't know these existed. I think it was £2.75 for the pack of 4 at the garden centre, which I didn't think was too bad really for gluten-free. So we'll give these a go. So again, individually wrapped, decent size. I think they're obviously the same size as that Bakewell slice, but individually wrapped, which is good, easy for on the go. They look really dark and chocolate. I don't know if you can see that in that little packet, maybe not. Let's take it out. Looks like they're very much layered in there. I don't know if it's sort of cakey and then chocolatey there. It might be easier on. There you go. So there's sort of cakiness underneath and then that chocolatey layer in the middle. I think there's some chocolate chips there as well, actually, some choc chips there. So we'll give this a go. It already seems very moist. If anything, it's maybe a little bit too squidgy because it's leaving my fingerprints in there. But we do like a squidgy brownie. So pulling it apart, I can hear the moisture in there. You know, when you pull it apart, you can sort of hear it sort of tearing. There's definitely chocolate chips in there because I'm crunching through them. Very moist. Not overly chocolatey for something that's called Big Brown. Oh, there we go, actually. Once it's melted, it's a very nice taste. Big fan of these. That bit in the middle, once it melts, it sort of just douses your tongue in that chocolate, so you've got a really chocolatey aftertaste, really moist, really nice, really fudgy as well. All that fudgy sort of texture, real sticky in the middle, but really nice on the outside. Like I said, really moist. For £2.75 for 4, I think that's pretty good, to be honest with you. Mrs. Crimble's is probably one of my favourite brands out there, I think, for gluten-free sweet treats. I think these are probably one of my favourite things I've had for a long while, actually, in terms of sweet treats that I've never tried before, that a shop bought. On the score, I think the price at £2.75 for 4, I mean, whether that's different in supermarkets or not, I'm unsure. Like I said, I've never seen them in a supermarket. This was the garden centre, so their prices tend to vary a bit. I don't think that's too bad value, really, for the price of 4. They're really nice, actually. Like I say, I can still taste that chocolate now on the back of my tongue and in my throat just after chatting for a little bit about them. So it definitely lingers, the chocolate taste. Score-wise, it's going to be high. I don't think it's a 5. I don't think it's a 5, purely because with them being mass manufactured, I think there's probably that element that you could have some good batches and some bad batches. But I think it's a strong 4.5, I would say. Because of how good they are. Like I say, that middle bit with that chocolate that just melts in the middle is absolutely incredible. And like, it doesn't hit you instantly. I think there's still that lingering taste now in my mouth that I'm really, really enjoying. And I could eat that entire pack. I think I'd feel quite sick afterwards, but I could eat that entire pack very, very quickly. Let me know down in the comments if you've had these before or what your favourite Mrs. Crimble's treats are, or brownies in general. I'd be interested to know, because like I said, I've never seen these before, so I'm interested to know if they're sort of in your supermarkets, where you found them, where you've not found them, and if you've had them, because like I say, it's one of those things I didn't even know existed until last week. But if you have enjoyed that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for more next time.